Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, Jeffree Star, and Andre Marhold, is that how you say his name? I hope so. The Insider article, there's a lot going on right now. So, y'all have not actually requested this video. How many times can I do an intro and say y'all haven't requested this video? But I figured that I would do it myself because it has the potential to be a more lighthearted video than some of the things that I've done before in the recent past. So that's what we're doing today, okay? I figure since a lot of y'all came here in the early days when we talked a little bit more about dramatic things, that you wouldn't mind so much of us taking a little bit of a detour for one video. So I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and in these videos we do take a look at the tea using the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful, so if you're down with that, then please join the family here. We'd love to have you. As you can see down here, there are some options displaying for you to take a look at if you want to join the Perk Squad and have 5 perks to the channel. Then click the join button, or there's a link in the description on how to join as well. Make sure you're still subscribed if you think that you are. Check on that, and that's what your notification bell should look like if you're wanting to get notified by YouTube, and hopefully they will be doing what they're supposed to be doing. But a lot of people have been getting unsubscribed and not notified lately, so I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Also, y'all told me to have curly hair every once in a while, so I did it again today. Laziness. Alright, so Jeffree Star. I'm sure that a lot of y'all have already kind of seen this going on, whether it's on Twitter or here on YouTube. So I'm not going to belabor telling the story as much as I'm going to go into looking into it. But check out, I know Dustin Daly did a video on it. I know Ashley Kyle has done a video on it. I'm not entirely sure who all else has. Those two I know for certain. So if you haven't looked at their videos, go ahead and check them out. They're kind of explaining what's been transpiring over here on the interwebs. Been crazy times, y'all. Just in case it's pertinent right now, it is 4:19. If y'all can even see that, Friday, October 2nd over here. So in case there's anything that transpires after this time, I'm not privy to it because I'm right here with you. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring up the cards and move this microphone right here. Yes, let's move it. Okay, I'll move it down some too. And I've got my La Croix right over here. This is Peter Mon's favorite with the limoncello. Water. Fizzy water. So, I also want to do a shout out to one of our Perk Squad members. So, as I'm getting shuffled up here, Kate W, you know who you are. Oh, I said that as southern could be. W. Kate. I'm trying. The southern comes out hard. Shout out to you. I had a bit of a rough day sometime last week, I believe it was. I can't remember. All my days are kind of going together. And Kate on Twitter said that she saw this poem right here that came up, kind of automatically reminded her of some of the things that I was going through, and she thought that she would send it my way, and I was very grateful for that because it really did make my day. So it's called Rise, and I think maybe for some of y'all it can resonate for y'all too, hit home in a good way for y'all too. It says, don't get angry or enraged or insulted. Rise above the bullshit. Flick your light back on and shine it brighter than ever, and fall so deeply in love with your own life that anyone who tried to wrong you becomes a laughable, ridiculous, distant memory. And I liked that. I needed that. So, thank you, Kate W. Shout out to you. Thank you. Really meant a lot to me, it did. So, alrighty, y'all. What's going on with all this stuff? Is Jeffree Star telling the truth? Is Andre Marhold telling the truth? Are these allegations true? Is this a fake account? All this madness. There's a lot going on. And I'm not gonna get into anything that could come off as victim blaming or shaming. I don't want to do any of that in here. Everything that we talk about is all alleged, as always. So we're gonna roll through this with as much respect as we can for everybody involved, because I think that that's fair. Okay, so alright, Spirit, give us a little bit of insight into what is going on with Jeffree Star and his, I guess, now ex-boyfriend / never really were boyfriends. I don't know if they, how serious they actually were. I don't think that it was very serious, but what's going on with that? And then we'll take a look into what's going on with this insider article that came out and is getting everybody crazy. But first, what's going on with the Jeffree Star and Andrew thing? Andrew. I'm renaming him. Pardon me. Andre, bless me. Okay, well, there's that. The OGs here are gonna laugh at this card, because this card is the card that I get for Dramageddon and Karmageddon and drama in general, and so it's funny that this card came out, and y'all are gonna be like, yep. Of course that comes out. So yeah, I mentioned, whenever I was doing all of those Karmageddon videos back in the day, I mentioned that all of this would be kind of a very slow burn, a slow build, that it wasn't going to be like, boom, all this stuff comes out about Jeffree Star and he's canceled, or whatever. I said, no, there's going to be a very slow, lengthy development of thing after thing after thing that keeps looking bad for Jeffree and keeps taking another dig at him, or taking him another notch down, or things like that. And that's what it looks like has been happening here. So what we're seeing here already, this with the Tower card in reverse, this again, we're talking about Karmageddon, another extension of this. This is just another wave that we're going through here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is about one of the two of them having, how do you call this, like an unequal exchange where they weren't giving the same amount. So if I'm being fair in this card, it looks like when we hear Jeffree say things like, I give so much and people, take from me, whatever your thoughts and feelings are about Jeffree, it does seem that much is true, that he does kind of give more than his fair share in terms of these tangible things. Now we know that tangible stuff isn't everything, but we do see that here. This here is kind of trouble in paradise, things not going out the way that he wanted. This is kind of a breaking of a relationship. So we did see that to play out. All of this is just validating what we've kind of already seen to know. The Queen of Cups now, though, can sometimes be a Jeffree Star indicator, because Jeffree is a Scorpio, and that's a water sign. So sometimes we get that here. With the Two of Pentacles here, this is an exchange. I'm curious as to see what's going on with this. I'm gonna get a little bit more context up in here. Context. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more context up in here. So, oh man, let's see what we got. Let's see what we're looking at here, because I'm curious about those last two cards. Oh, okay. Well then, so this is kind of like an effort and futility, saying like, that there was never going to be an actual relationship with the two of them. Now, I don't know if that was something that they were hoping to become that way and it ended up not happening, or if they both always knew that. But this is like, this wasn't going to go anywhere. Nothing was ever going to happen with this anyway. With the Six of Swords upright, gotta be honest, this card sometimes comes up when we're looking at people who are trying to better their path, moving from these rocky waters into smoother waters. So to me, this looks like a little bit of a, what do you call it, like going for clout. So I would think that this Andre guy, that there was some element of him, aspect of him, that was using Jeffree for clout. So, again, regardless of how you feel about Jeffree, regardless of how you feel about this Andre character, it's looking like Andre did use Jeffree to some extent. So I will give Jeffree that, and of course, again, all alleged right here, all alleged. The Hermit card in reverse is kind of saying that both of them, I feel like I'm getting both of them, held things back from each other, weren't completely honest about some things. So, it's kind of hard to feel bad for either one of them, because it looks like they both kind of, the whole two can play this game kind of a thing. There's something kind of off about both of them, I'll say that. With the Four of Swords here, Three of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse is a card that I get when we're talking about threes a crowd. So I think that somebody was messing around with somebody else during this particular little relationship type thing. So while they were together, for however many weeks it was, to me, it looks like somebody in there was either cheating, had a wandering eye, they pulled a third person into the loop, something like that. I see that there's some kind of other person, or maybe even people that had some sort of involvement, whether it was involved with the three, like all of them together, or if somebody was kind of, having more than one relationship independent of each other. That could be a thing. I'm gonna get another clarifier on this. Let's look for some extra context. And matter of fact, I didn't even, that left it there. It didn't actually give me more context on that, so I am gonna get more context on that one too. But first we're gonna go here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I'm getting a Knight of Pentacles. So to me, whoever was kind of having side relationships or something, it looks like there may have been, because the Pentacles are tangible things. So it may have been that there were maybe text messages or DMs or things like that sent between one of them and somebody else that was a love interest. So let's say I'm getting the vibe that it might have been Andre, and I, again, this is all alleged. I'm just getting a vibe that he might have been texting somebody else on the side or things like that, and it would be somebody that's younger than Jeffree, because a knight is younger than a queen, and so I think it would be someone who's younger than Jeffree. We get this Queen of Wands now with an Ace of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. So to me, here, this is looking like there is probably a woman, but could be a man with a feminine energy, who was or is looking to get something out of this financially, and that whatever they're gonna do they're going to shoot themselves in the foot about it, metaphorically speaking, because this is a self-sabotage card right here. So it's like, while trying to be an opportunist and kind of be shady towards somebody else, it backfires, and then you end up being the person that looks bad. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's some element of that that's going on here, either that's already happened or it's gonna happen. So I do see that here. I see that there will be an apology in order. I don't know if this is going to be a public apology or if this is going to happen behind the scenes because of, you know, God knows what that might be going on behind the scenes about this, but I see an apology is in order. Whatever it is, the attempt was made, and it's not gonna look very good. So let me go back to this, because remember down here, it was something about Jeffree and an exchange, and I want to know what that was about real quick, so I'm going to move these up and just see what was that about, get a little bit of context on this. So what was that about? Let's see. Oh. Okay. We got some people up in this mix. We do. All right. Sorry. I'll tell y'all why that's funny in a second. Okay. So, yeah, it's like Jeffree tired of doing a juggling act, some kind of a exchange going on. It looks like an exchange in like monetarily, because here we get coins, you know, some sort of monetary exchange between him and some male. So it's possible that this boyfriend was allegedly less of a love interest and more of a I give you this, you give me that kind of a thing. Like, you know, kind of like I pay you to take pictures with me and you know, do whatever I want with you kind of thing. So to me, this was an image thing, because we also get that devil card in reverse right after it. So this is that Jeffree's doing this to get away from some sort of a negative or bad situation. So it could be that on the heels of Carmageddon, he was trying to make himself look better, and I don't know how this would make him look better to have a relationship with this guy. Maybe because Andre's black and he's been criticized for racist history. Am I allowed to say that word on here? I don't know if I am or not. But it looks like he was using this as a means to get out of looking like the devil card. So it's like, I want to get out from looking like that. So to me, this was more about his image than about any kind of love interests. So he might say, Jeffree might say, this was a fling and that's all, you know, we just had fun and it was a nice casual fling. To me, it looks like it was more of a, I'll give you these nice things, you come over here and do this stuff, a transactional thing, to preserve his image. So that's what I'm getting, allegedly. And now my contact's screwing up. Y'all been watching me get my contact screw up in my eyes several times now. But just gotta say, that's what it's looking like. So then as I'm looking at this bottom row over here, the reason why I laughed at this card is because the Knight of Wands in reverse, classically, if we're talking about love readings, is a fuckboy card. Did you catch that? So that's kind of funny. This is talking about, you know, wanting to get back on your high horse kind of thing. So to me, it really does look like Jeffree's entire point is to build his empire. This is the Emperor, right? Emperor wants to build his empire, and Jeffree has even said things about building my empire. So it's not like that is even a shock, but what it does mean is that you can't necessarily take what he says at face value and just go with that, like, oh, this is a nice relationship, or oh, this is a nice friendship, or oh, you know, it's like, no, everything is calculated on whether or not it works well with building the empire, kind of a thing, including the whole fuckboy thing. Okay, so to me, if we're saying who's telling the truth or who's in the right here, Jeffree Star or Andre, to me, it's looking like they're both kind of crap. Honestly, it looks like they're both in it for money, clout, growing empires. I'm gonna pull more cards, by the way, but those kind of things, self-serving things that neither of them were like interested in an actual relationship or anything real or honest or heartfelt, that they both had some sort of agendas behind this. And I'm not even gonna say hidden agendas. It looks, but like, I never got any cards in here that were the secretive cards. I never got the moon card upright. I never got the High Priestess in reverse. I didn't get any cards that made me feel like this was secretive. So to me, they both knew that this was the arrangement and they were both good with it. And if someone's not good with it now, it's because they didn't feel like they got their share out of the arrangement, that they didn't get what they wanted. So that's what it looks like to me. Now, the next wave of questions is where things get a little bit on the sticky side, and so we're gonna try to be as appropriate as we can when we're talking about it, because an insider article came out regarding Jeffree Star and had some allegations about some sexual inappropriateness. Okay, I'm whispering in here and y'all think that it's for nothing, but I have had a video recently get what do you call, are you allowed to say demonetized on here? Because of some of the words that I used, and so you have to censor yourself on here, you really do. So there were some allegations of inappropriate things in a sexual nature, accusing Jeffree Star of doing things to people, and all I know about it is that most certainly his lawyers are involved in the background, and 2222, yay, we were sorry, I just got distracted. We had been recording for 22 minutes and 22 seconds, so I liked seeing those repeating numbers like that. That was cool looking down. But that's about all we know. We don't know if these accusations have any truth to them whatsoever. Certainly people always suggest, as a nice rule of thumb, to, believe things first, and go through the proper channels to see if it's true or not, and if anybody has proof and stuff like that. So, I'm not going to get into anything that would hold me legally in a bad position right here as we talk about this, so hopefully you understand that. We're just gonna kind of look at the situation with the insider article and maybe see any kind of future oriented things that we might be able to expect from this. But let's look into this first. Well, there we go again with the Emperor, as we just talked about Jeffree Star building his empire. So there you go. And y'all saw me shuffle this thing multiple times here, and I'm getting some similar cards because we're talking about a similar situation with similar people involved. So, what we're seeing here already so far, an Emperor over here and the Sun card in reverse. The Sun card would be the happiest card in the deck, but we have it in reverse here, because it looks like there were some things that are going to come out still, additional things that could look maybe not so good here. We have a King of Wands over here. I'm going to have to pull some more to see who we're talking about over here, because I'm curious as to where we're going. Okay. It looks like, ooh, man, okay. Yeah. All right, it looks like there is probably a male, but it could again be a female with some masculine energy, but I'm thinking a male who has some receipts, because you've seen this card come up, and it's in reverse, so has some receipts that look very damaging against Jeffree as it relates to this. So the person who wrote the article is a female. We're talking about someone else here. Somebody else here has some receipts that don't look good for Jeffree. And this is something that that more people know about. Like, this is a group of people who know about this. And here's a messenger card. So it looks like the message is coming out. And with the Four of Wands in reverse, this is again another hit for Jeffree and his empire / career / persona / whatever he's got going on, allegedly. So to me, that's not good. Somebody else has this. Now, with it being an upright Page of Wands, that means this person may or may not be sharing this information. What I'm seeing here is this person has information that they could share this is like a win. So it could be a win for them, not for Jeffree if they shared. But this is making a decision, having to make a decision between two things. And the problem here is with swords are often a mental energy. Swords can sometimes stand for the legal aspects of things. So it could be that this person who has this information may or may not be able to make public what they know without getting slammed by a lawyer. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna look a little bit more on this. See what we can see here. There we go. That High Priestess card. Remember how I was saying a while ago, if we see the Moon or the High Priestess, we might be talking about secrets. Here we go. Secrets. Secrets about an exchange in money. That's one of the allegations there, is that there's an exchange of, potential payoffs. Hey, don't come forward and say this information and I will pay you this much. Like, that's an allegation that's there. Again, I'm not gonna use tarot to say what's true or not, in that I legally can't make a determination on that, but I'm just telling you what the cards are saying. Yep. To go against what you want, to keep this that you have, this tangible thing that you have, to keep it under wraps. So yeah, this is looking like that part of the allegation has truth to it. It's looking like that the receipts aren't doctored or faked or whatever, that there's some truth to that. Here again, we get a money card. This is also a card about greed and power and control. So to me, this is looking like that there is truth to Jeffree using his power and control to get his way, allegedly. Okay, looking out, making plans. This is a double-edged sword, this venture right here. All right, it's funny because this is sometimes in the past in Carmageddon readings turns into being a James Charles card, and in this case it's upright, which would almost be kind of like a vindication card. Not saying that, I'm not speaking to any James Charles allegations or anything surrounding him right now, so I'm not saying his slate is clean either necessarily, don't know, but just saying that that's coming up here, that obviously he's got some kind of a weigh in on how he feels about this, which is interesting. The funny thing about this card, which makes this interesting too, the Six of Cups in reverse, y'all seen me say it many times, is a karmic card. Karma, and we're talking about Carmageddon, are we not? So there is a karmic unfolding that's going on here. So again, when I've said in the past about a slow, steady burn of things slowly starting to evolve and come out and make waves, here we go again with that. here we go again. And this Knight of Pentacles in the upright position, this is somebody bringing forward more tangible things, which could be considered evidence. So I do see more stuff coming out with this. I do see more allegations or more people who know things or can support the people making allegations and stuff. I do see more coming as a result of that. But again, since we saw that card, I'm not sure how much of it will be able to be public, because you can't be super public about things if you are getting threatened to be sued. Which I do think that it was written somewhere that Jeffree's lawyers are on it, which, they should be, I guess. The lawyers are who needs to handle this kind of stuff. I'm going to pull some more. Just want to shuffle these back in. But, yeah, so that's already given us a little something there. Let me reshuffle this and just ask about kind of the future of this situation as it relates to the Insider and that article that came out, kind of the things that we might expect to come or to see in the future as it relates to this. So let's see. Well, we get the Jeffree Star signifier card in the reverse position. So Jeffree experiencing some difficulties is something that we can see in the future. Already laying that out. Ooh, wow. Bringing some more stuff forward. Judgment card upright, Judgment Day, that type of a thing. So it does seem like there's going to be an issue like that. It doesn't seem like, how do I put this? This does not seem like something that's just going to get swept under the rug. It looks like this is going to get taken a look at and dealt with some sort of way. Again, not sure how much we will be privy to on our end as the public, because who knows what's going on behind the scenes legally that ends up not being discussed until there's some outcome or whatever. But I see things coming forward and Judgment Day. Now, what I want to reiterate to you about the things coming forward, this is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck out of all 4 knights. He does have the prize, though. He's got what he wanted out of this in some form or fashion, but he's slow about it because it takes him a while. He's on a horse, not a jet, for fuck's sake. But anyway, and here's the Judgment card. I'm telling you, that the classic Judgment Day type card. What we're seeing here, the Ten of Pentacles is not a good sign, because this is a sign about losing a lot of money or losing a lot of reputation. And it could be both. It's possible that it could be both, but it looks like this is going to cost Jeffree a lot. And again, it could be costs as in literally money, or it could be more costs than just finances. But he's going to suffer on that. He really is there. With these 2 cards, the Magician right next to the 7 of Swords. This is not what I would want to see. This is really not what I would want to see right here, because if you are trying to get yourself out of a bad situation, the best kinds of things you can do to sow good seeds karmically, since you're in a karmic situation, is for you to do the right thing from then on out. Pay your debt and move on, kind of thing. But the Magician card is somebody that's like, I can make this whatever I need it to be. And the 7 of Swords card, I mean, look at this. Look how shifty and sneaky this person looks. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to use all my resources I can to be shifty and sneaky to kind of work to my advantage. So it looks like, again, allegedly, that Jeffree might be going about this, in the wrong way, if we're talking about right versus wrong or whatever. It looks like he's gonna be sneaky about this, shifty about this, manipulative about this. In what ways can I manipulate this to come out the way that I need to come out? So I am seeing that already. Oh, there we go. What did I talk about with that card? Yikes. shoot. Okay. That one fell out. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Ooh, I'm going to pull some more on that card because that card could go one of two ways and it makes a big difference. So let me get some context up on that. And this is all alleged. Remember that. Ooh. This guy keeps coming up here. Y'all. Again, could technically be a woman with male energy, but ooh, okay, this pal's gonna be its own thing in a minute. This pal's gonna be its own thing. So, anywho, what we're looking at here, this is a lot. The moon card in reverse is when things are going to come out, secrets revealed, stuff like that. And secrets revealed as it relates to these people who have held on to emotional things since they were younger, because pages are younger. So, again, I do see more things coming out, whether they come out to the public or not. I see more coming out. And I will say here that this is not a good look because we have this Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords in reverse means somebody who considers themselves a victim when they're not actually a victim. And to me, because of the Scorpionic card here on top of this doesn't look like people who consider themselves victims and they're not, as in the people that have come forward. This looks like as if Jeffree would be thinking, you know, I can't believe this is happening to me. I don't deserve this. Why, you know, all that kind of stuff, because of an inability to really be able to take accountability. Like, just because it was, you know, oh, it was a long time ago, or it was the culture of the time, or it was because I was going through hard things, or, you know, it doesn't matter necessarily sometimes the reasons why. If you did something that was wrong, then you get held accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, so it looks like he has kind of the incorrect way of thinking about it. I hate to say things like that. Like, I don't like doing the whole right, wrong, correct, incorrect, or whatever. You know, I think you get what I mean by this, okay? I'm not trying to be the judge and jury. I'm reading the cards. But again, something that really doesn't look good for him. He's gonna have to make a decision. Here, this King of Wands keeps coming back in this. There looks like there is some sort of a male involved in all of this. Somebody, again, this is a person that seems to know information, somebody that seems to be kind of really woven in this process that's not Jeffree himself. I don't know who this is. It's as if there's somebody from Jeffree's past that may either currently have a big hand in this already or may decide to have a big hand in this later. Again, this person may or may not want themselves to be known publicly because they may or may not care to have the shitstorm of opposers, you know, coming at them. But I do see that. With the Death card in reverse, again, this is a Jeffree signifier, and also it's kind of saying that this is a situation that's not over, for one. Two, that it's like pushing something past its lifespan that it needed. So it's like a long time coming, kind of a feeling from it. And so this does not bode well for Jeffree. I'm going to get one more card on this. Hopefully when I say one more, I mean actually one more. Ooh, I might get a little bit more. Yeah, it's like what Jeffree might try on this is not necessarily going to pay off in the way that he hoped it would pay off. And again, we get this Ace of Swords in reverse, so things being a double-edged sword, not getting to move forward in the way that you want, seeing things with clouded judgment, and this being a legal card too, and this being a legal card too. If he's not careful, I would be worried about him legally having having to deal with more accountability than what he might be accustomed to. So what I mean by that is, if there was enough compelling evidence and enough people that were wanting to speak out and show that evidence, this potential is saying that there is a possibility that Jeffree would have to go through the legal matters and possibly have something on a record or things like that that could look bad. So just a possibility, all alleged, just saying. A lot depends on this card here with how much comes to light. So again, he's going to be trying to grab at straws the best he can. He's also going to be trying to lay low the best that he can, because he wants to give off this look. This is the knight in shining armor. It's like, look, I'm the knight in shining armor. You know, I do all these giveaways. I do all this and that. Like, he's really, there's so much going on right here. And in the previous reading about his image control, it's insane. I just see a lot of that. I'm just saying. Here we go again. Hey. Well, let's hope Nate doesn't get subpoenaed or something like that, because here's that strength card again that sometimes comes up in Jeffree readings standing for Nate. So I don't know about that. I'm not sure why that's up in there, but here we go again with that High Priestess about things being secretive and happening on the low. It looks like, in some ways, Jeffree would be shooting himself in the foot. Again, that self-sabotage card. So I just see him trying to fight forward and him being hasty about things. And it's, again, it's like when you sow seeds and you do it in a way that's kind of public, that stuff gets archived some kind of way. So it's like he hasn't done the best job building up a great character witness for himself, and so him starting now in the recent past isn't going to be enough, is kind of what it's looking like. So I am not sure about this. I'm going to pull a little bit of extra on this. Okay. All right. I see some people saying some stuff on the internet that's going to be very controversial, make some arguments, make some waves. I see that there might be some more people that begin to publicly denounce Jeffree. And I don't mean like everyday people like me and you. I mean like, you know, bigger people, whether they're influencers or celebrities even, or people in the music scene or whatever, you know, people who are bigger names than us. I see them kind of pulling themselves away, maybe not wanting to associate themselves with him, things like that. Then we get, boom, King of Swords on it. So as we know, that's an attorney card. We're getting the attorney card all the way. So there might be some people who start to want to come out and say some things and share their experiences, and boom, we get the attorney card. So it looks like when I'm talking about lawyering up in like with a whole fortress worth of stuff, yeah, he's got a lot of resources on that. But it says things are not what they seem. Here we go again. Things are not what they seem about our emperor building his empire here. And here we go again. They're going in ways that he doesn't want them to go. He's going to run out of the ability to kind of pay his way out of things. So it seems like in the past that might have been one of his go-to ways. And it seems like that is now becoming something he can't use anymore, a tool in his toolbox that he can't use anymore, which is going to make things a lot more difficult for him. The Hermit card means that he might have to kind of pull away for a little bit. Like we might have to hear less from him or see less of him, and it might be that he's around and has a presence, but it seems like he's hiding something, or that he's isolating in a way that, oh yeah, we hear and see things, but it seems so superficial or fake, or like it's covering for something we don't get to hear, be a part of the real stuff. It's like we don't know what the real things are in that kind of aspect. The World card upright to me says that there's going to be an ending to all of this. This stuff is going to conclude. So it doesn't look like this is going to be something that's this open thing that is pending forever and nobody ever gets any kind of resolve. It seems like there will be some sort of closing of the loop in this situation, some sort of a way. So I do get that there. I don't know how much people are going to be satisfied with the ending, though. Because this is a card like, I'm still going to get what I want. Y'all give up and just, you know, deal with it. So it looks like this has the potential to make big waves, enough for him to again lose more support and lose more supporters, take a hit. But again, I'm not seeing that he would lose it all. It seems that there will still be some people out there that are just really ride or die for him, for better or worse, you know. And so that's a little bit interesting to kind of see that that's how there would be a take on it. Yeah, it seems like business wise he can still figure something out after this. Yeah. But with that Five of Swords there and this Eight of Wands, it's possible that there could be some business trouble, more than just losing money. It's possible that there could be people who know about his business or are associated with his business that might have some receipts that either look bad for his business, or it's just people that know things about it or are involved with it that can share some things. So I do see some kind of a businessy element coming up in here that could be damaging for Jeffree as well. Interesting. Okay, so this is a lot. What we're gonna do here, I've already looked into this like to the nth degree. I get that. It's been 47 minutes. This is a long ass video. I am going to go ahead, stop this video, and I know that there's going to be some people that want a little extra something, so I'm going to do an extra short little video and put it for the Perk Squad members as an extended, where we just kind of dig a little bit more. I know we've looked into a lot of stuff here, so all y'all percolators got to see it. Y'all didn't get to miss out on anything here, so I just want to do a little bit of extra, play a little bit more for the Perk Squad members. So if you are a part of the Perk Squad, just find me over there, and if you're not and you want to be, again, hit that join button below or the link in the description box for you to join that. And then also for anybody who wants to book a private reading with me, you can check the link in the description for that as well. So let me get on that for the rest of the Perk Squad, and for everybody else, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, y'all. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it.